Uh, Morning, everyone. I'm feeling news I just built wrong. Uh, I think I'll be listening to this song on loop later, but for now, I woke up this morning and realized um, I realized when I woke up today that the dense door doesn't need me, that I've been the one holding on, in a sense. It was a really, really deep lie. I had to struggle to see, but it was the very lie that I fell in love with. I fell in love with a lie. The idea that, hey, there could actually be someone who needs me in the long term, not just the short term. Because it's obvious they don't want me. They haven't said it, they certainly don't act it. And by all accounts, from what I've heard the other night around Meme Lord and Chill Vibes, they're handling things well enough on their own without me. I may not agree with their decisions and choices and learning process, but they are learning, they are growing. They don't need me there. They don't need me to be on standby. They don't need me to be around. They don't need me to still remember them. And that's kind of the message that I've been getting for the longest time. Is that they saw what they did of me, what they could of me, both back then and throughout time, and decided, yeah, I don't need this person, and for as much as I care about them, they seem to be self-destructing around me. So I can't want them either. What a time to be childless. Oh! Thank fuck for that. Thank fuck the air bubble is bursting. Redstone sulfur cube is weird. Interesting. Oh, jeez. These are for watching later. Right now, I just kind of want to sit with this recognition. ID required. Fuck you. Ah. Yeah. Oh. What is it going to look like after that chorus? Try to mystery. Just built wrong. And the way that they made me die, a little needy, a little too much in my head. Absolutely worthless, you've been feeling lately. And it'll take me just what they made. The dense dark doesn't need me. I think that's the truth I've been struggling to accept all along. Because in being abandoned, in being socially abandoned again, I thought there was a hidden message of, I didn't want you to leave just yet. But even if that's true, that doesn't stop the reality from existing. You don't need me, and you don't express that you even want me. So why would I stay? Why would I stay around someone who would be ashamed of my existence? Ashamed of my low moments? Because they still haven't accepted their own. Why would I stay? Keep trying to connect to someone who doesn't want or need me. I don't get it. I don't get it. You aren't a bad person, you dork. I didn't leave because you were laughing. I left. I felt like my part of your life was already over. I was just gonna get left behind and taken for granted anyway, so I might as well leave a little early. Might as well tell you, hey, I cared about you. I put in all this effort. I didn't want you to forget me. And that was my selfishness. That was my selfishness. I didn't want you to forget me. Because I couldn't imagine forgetting you. My perspective of you lives inside me to this day. You may not think of yourself as much. You may see your flaws and see everything that you don't like about yourself and say that it's, and try to shut it down, try to push it away, try to tell yourself that you can be perfect. But you don't have to be perfect. You're a person, not an object, not a goal, not a fucking damsel in distress. You're a person. That's all I ever saw of you, is a person who's just trying her best, even though the world around her is so fucking confusing and scary and frustrating. And I look to that person. But I couldn't afford to express it because she didn't love herself. And by proxy, she wouldn't love me. Sorry I'm not perfect. And the way that they made me. And the way that they made me. A little sneaky. I've been feeling lately. Mad. Out of my mind. made. 1,000 times 1,000. I'm just what they made me. The world around me. It made this of me. Not you, not any one single person. The lyrics themselves, in combination with the changing tone of the song, create a complex mix of disturbing and troubling content to an almost childlike mind, which makes everything appear far more positive but consequentially. Hmm. I'm sorry I'm not perfect. I'm the way that they made me. A little shy, a little angry, a little out of my mind. I've always been a little out of my mind. Because I am not less. Hmm. I am that impulsive, nervous girl, deep, deep down. And I love that nervous, impulsive girl. Because she keeps trying her best, even when she doesn't know what she's doing. May not always have a positive result. Maybe it doesn't always work out. But she never gives up. Even if she doesn't see her own future, even if she doesn't see all the ways that she's made the world brighter, she never gives up. That's not worthless. By the way, this image right here, just a void surrounded by its outline, with no details in the space between the outlines, that's an absence. That's what you become when stretched to the limit of existing, despite everything. And the void claims you, and yet you're still there. You're still you. You just can't express all the detail you usually do. And that's an absence. And I am an absence. And the way that they made me, a little shy, a little angry, a little too much in my head. To say that you've no worth is a blatant lie. You may not be able to see your worth. You may be blind to it. You may not appreciate your own damn worth. But I'm sure that others around you, myself included, can see it. So please, don't sacrifice yourself for maintaining the status quo. Live. Live for yourself while respecting others. Respect isn't self-sacrifice. It's holding boundaries, sometimes even being rude when that loses you the easy friends, the easy attention, and still being there for yourself. Trying to remember a song I listened to. Because you never give up. Hmm. Asriel Dreamer. Save. No. Darker. Darker. Yet darkest. An absence. A true hero dies for their people. A true hero dies to save the world. A true hero is the scapegoat everyone aspires to be. I'm not a fucking hero. I'm just a fool. There it is. Sayonara. Hey, you there? It's me, your best friend. Against all odds, against people trying to tell her what she's not, trying to gaslight her into something else, trying to take advantage of her and tell her that she's worthless through their actions. That girl is still here. That girl is still breathing. That girl is still living. Why wouldn't I look up to that girl? Even if she doesn't feel strong, even if she doesn't feel brave, even if she doesn't feel like much of anything. She's the one who survived history, time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And there are guys like that too. There are people like that who don't aim for positions of power, who don't aim to rule the world. And they don't make up the pages of history. They're what the book is damn made out of. They are the backbone, the spine, the cover from beginning to end. And all those pages that conquerors and kings and selfish, childish people write on top of. The people who survived are what the book of history is made out of, not the people who won. Because the people who won would have nothing if it weren't for the people who survived. I don't look up to the king. I don't look up to the fucking president. Don't look up to the gods. I look up to that one single definition of a person. Even when they think they have nothing left, they're still here. And that is worthy of more respect than any amount of admiration, any cult, or otherwise. I will not become like the kings. I will not become like the rulers, the conquerors, and otherwise. I will mimic them. I will fucking hide in their shadow and tear them down in the moments where I live. But I will not be them because they will not exist without those people. And in that way, we're never forgotten. Even if we're not known throughout the world, even if we're not appreciated for our true value, we are never forgotten. And should civilization collapse, should the book of history die, then it just starts all over again. Who needs to rule the world? I don't. And for as much as I may want to, in times of insecurity and fear, to try and protect people I care about, the reality is I don't need to. You don't need me, you dense stork. Just like how I didn't need you. And that says more about how you have worth beyond compare than any amount of wanting or yearning. Because you made it this far without me. I made it this far without you being directly in my life. And I want to respect that. I want to respect you as a person. Why do you think I pushed you away? Not to make you remember me. That's the surface. That's the selfish part of the equation. The selfless part of it is I didn't want to tear you down in my paranoia and fear. And I figured it was safer for you if I cut myself out of your life in the long term. I know you probably don't want to hear it. I know you probably don't like hearing it. It's uncomfortable, it's weird, it's awkward and confusing. But I love you, you tense dumbass. I've always loved you. And I'm the one who gaslit myself in an attempt to deny that truth, in an attempt to stick around as a friend. That was my choice. The pain I've gone through has been of my own making. Your choices for you, your choices to have your boundaries, to live your life, to fucking speak up, those were yours, regardless of if I could predict them or not. You have made your choices, and you are living with your choices. Please never forget that and never hold it as a shame. Because it shows and proves one damn thing. You can still make choices. If you want to, you can still make choices, even in the face of scary things. You just choose not to because it's more convenient, right? There's no shame in that. The world's overwhelming. Just hope that one day you'll be able to tell when it's okay to buckle in like that and let go, and when it's not okay to let someone else's desires dictate your life. You never completely gave up on me. And I never completely gave up on you. Because we don't need each other. And you don't reciprocate this want. So I'm gonna go my own way. Love you, you goober. I love you so damn much.